Juneteenth.
And keep clapping.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here with us today to talk about Juneteenth. What does Juneteenth mean to you all personally?
I definitely think it's a celebration of, I was going to say me, but I think, thank you. No, I think that it's a celebration of Black resiliency. Like, we fought hard to be where we are today, and even though it doesn't feel like progress all the time, so much progress has been made, and I feel like Juneteenth specifically is like, we in this. We in this. We were resilient in this, and we're continuously fighting for freedom.
Yeah, I think it's something I struggle with, because when I think about like historically how the Emancipation Proclamation occurred, and then it was 2 years after that in which people were actually able to see some semblance of freedom. It's the dual sides of feeling very excited and like I love what you said about resiliency. It's that reminder of like we out here, like, and we're not giving up, but it's also just like, we're making it really hard at the same time.
I think in a way it was a beacon of hope because something was on the way. And I love this idea of like this too shall pass, and like the change had been made, but it took time to get there. And I think as we all, those who want to and who are doing the work, remembering that like if you are active and you are dedicated and you are driven to that work, change will happen. It might not be when you wanted to, when you needed to, but it is on the way. And I think there's a positive, a little bit in that, amongst all the like bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you think, I've been thinking about this a lot, like Juneteenth and the celebration and how it correlates with us as artists and with our artistry. I think I'm thinking individually, but then also like as Black artists, as that the community of Black artists. Like how does it inform, or what does it mean to us in that sense?
I mean, I'm thinking even to last year on Juneteenth, there was a beautiful march, and it was filled with so many Black bodies. And then at the end, we got to see a lot of performances of Black artists, and we were all standing and like dancing, like, and it was a moment where I finally like looked up in this pandemic, and I was like, "Ooh, like this is a moment for me to finally be free. Like this is a moment where I can release my worries, release my cares, and just be me." And I think that it dives into who we are as artists, because this is what it's for. Like Juneteenth, the reason that we were fighting this whole entire journey for us to be free is so that we could be who we are without explanation to anybody else, And so being able to like express that as an artist means that I can do whatever I want to do. Like if I want to sing right now, I can sing. If I want to walk through the streets and give you a scene of what I've written in my head, I'm gonna give you it, And you're gonna be able to take this, and you're gonna take it with a smile, because this is my freedom. My freedom is my body, it's my mind, it's my peace. And because we fought for this, nobody actually can take that away from me unless I allow it.
Yeah, I think especially in the moment that we're in, I mean, I've talked so much about like, we have the power. Like we really do have the power. And to what you're saying, it's like, this is my body. Yes. I am in control, and I have the freedom to say no. Yes. I have the freedom to say like, actually, I'm not even gonna step foot in that space. I'm not gonna go in that room. I'm not gonna put myself like on display in front of this table of all white people to like judge me and say, do this differently, or give me this, or give me that. It's like, no, I have the power. I am in control of my artistry.
Yeah.
Because is this, you know what I mean? Like for me personally, I don't want to go into a room of white people and perform for them and then for them to critique me. Because I don't think that's not freedom to me. That doesn't work You don't know my experience. You don't know where I came from. You don't have enough information to dictate.
Yeah.
So, but also that is this industry.
Yeah.
So how, what are our options? You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like I'm stuck right now because I'm like, I don't know what to say. You know what I mean?
We're so conditioned to not protect our peace. And I think part of like my unlearning process has been reclaiming that.
So what does it look like for you as an individual to reclaim this space? Especially when you think, I think about it literally all the time in the work that BFRJ is engaged in, that like the origin of musical theater is blackface, is literally people wanting to put us on because they saw what we were doing. And I also think about like, what were they going through that they were like, oh, I really like that. That's really good. Oh, they're bad. How do I like, how did they, and they were like, okay, I can just put them on as if they were a costume. Like that is literally still happening right now.
Sutton Foster's video of her singing, and I'm telling you, we need to make the changes in a way that is purposeful for everybody, but also we have to do too is stop looking to institutions to provide us what we can provide for ourselves. Why am I going to put energy into reclaiming a space that was taken from me when I'm equipped? I have the recipe up here. You might have taken my cookbook, but I still got it in my head. You know what I mean?
Reclaiming aspect of it for me is like just taking up space unapologetically and being like, this is who I am as an artist, and I'm not going to apologize for taking up artistic space when, like you're saying, I'm here too, like I'm here for a reason too. And there is this, it's frustrating because I think in this community a lot of the time it's like, well, then just like, if you want to talk about that stuff, you can just go do something else. Go focus on this.
This is the space I take up. This is the space I take up in any room I walk into, period.
And I think that might be our answer, especially to the people watching this, because trying to find solutions, like I think the more people that walk into these rooms, these auditions, these rehearsals, these performances, and take up space, the more I think the cocking of the head will happen with the bodies that don't think we should, because now it's like, oh, it's a little tight in here. There's not enough room for my ego and everything that I was trying to do. And I think people will start to notice that. And I think that if Broadway is back, then me too.
Me too.
I'm back.
Absolutely. And this is and period. And I'm telling you, I don't have time. I'm going to every room acting like this. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because that is a different kind of freedom. And that is one that can't be stolen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is a freedom that you cannot steal. Yeah. There's no way for us to get enslaved again when you're living in that kind of freedom. There's no way. Because back then, they were captive. They had not just your body, they were captive of your mind. Yeah. They were captive of the way that you move through the world. But now that this is the first time that I really feel like we have a new understanding. And the grounds that we are walking on, we are finally calling ours. We're imagining it, not just imagining it, but we're putting it in our world on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? To be able to sit here and be like, and I come from the motherland of this is where I am from. You know what I'm saying? To literally the conversations of Becky, that made me feel uncomfortable. Let's talk about it. I actually think you should watch your words. Like I think, you know what I'm saying? Like we're period. I feel like we're finally in this new declaration of like, I'm making a declaration to myself to make sure that I am standing in my power and not accommodating to anyone else. And if there's something in the water that's rumbling and making me feel uncomfortable, you better be dang on well. I don't cuss like that no more, y'all. You better be dang on well that I'm going to say something. And that's on period.
So, in closing, I would like we've talked about a lot. We've talked about the journey that we all have been on and are going into. And I just want to go back a little bit to the joy that Juneteenth brings us all as it correlates to the industry, what it means, the idea of reclaiming this space. So everybody, what does joy look like for you in this Juneteenth season?
Music has always been the connecting thread of like art for me. From when I was like, it's the first thing I remember just like falling in love with. And so I think it's also, like Kayla was saying, allowing myself to celebrate myself and celebrate the artistry that I have to offer, and give myself space and time to like put energy into that, and take a break from the daily to-do list of all the things that have to be done.
Beautiful things. I think joy is something that I always keep with me, because at the end of the day, ain't nothing gonna keep me down. Like this is not by far the worst that I've been through. I have seen my worst day, so this will never compare. You know what I mean? And so I'm here for the long haul, and I'm chilling, and God is good.
Yes,
So you know what I mean? If I put my faith and trust in Him, then I can just sit back. And I think, we try to take on life like it's one-on-one, and it's not. Like, I got a team behind me, you know what I mean? The best one.
Yeah.
So, I'm equipped. And I think so just knowing that, and knowing that the girls are here. And you're here to stay.
I love that just because I think, this pandemic, clearly everyone was locked up for a long time. And what I discovered, it's interesting, because like throughout that time I discovered that there are so many people that out there who want to have these conversations, who are like me, who do not exist on a gender binary, and understand what that's like. And in this season that we're talking about, it's like, I think we should just like lean into that more, and all just be like, we have each other, we have this community, and it's just a matter of us talking with each other.
And that's everything we need.
Yes,
That's the other part of it all, is that we forgot that we're looking to them when we could look to us.
we have everything. Adam Hyman always says it. We have everything we need in the space right now. Thank y'all so much for talking, for chatting, and happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
Hallelujah.